Hey y'all, welcome to the country where it's just another day in paradise. Let's see what's going on. Hey y'all, welcome to the country. I'm Susan with Susan's Country Living, and welcome to my kitchen and to my channel. And if you are not a subscriber and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Also, give me a like. This morning we're going to be making some yogurt. I'm going to actually make Greek yogurt, which is going to take a little longer, but it can be just regular yogurt. This is a very economical way to make yogurt because, the prices are going up in our stores. And so I'm trying to think of ways that I can cut costs just a little bit. So I looked up a recipe and I'm going to try it. What you need is a gallon of milk. I'm using whole milk. You can use 2%, any kind of fat content milk, but I'm going to use whole milk. That's what my husband likes. I paid $3.79 for this gallon of whole milk at my Sprouts Market. So you need a slow cooker. Here is how I'm going to do it in the crock pot. I know there's Instapot recipes. All different kinds of recipes. You can also do it on the stove, but that's going to require a little more attention. So I'm going to go ahead. I've lined my my crock pot because mine has a crack. Very hairline crack, and I discovered it when I was making blueberry butter. So I'm going to use the liner. Plus, cleanup's easier. It's going to be easier to remove the yogurt to strain it. So I'm going to go ahead and get things started. Now, when you're making yogurt, you need to be home all day and also be able to be home the next day. So I'm on spring break and I decided I'm going to try this. My husband eats Greek yogurt for breakfast, and we're spending anywhere from, if we get it on sale, $1 for a little cup of the yogurt that he likes, up to $1.50. So this is going to make a little over 2 quarts of Greek yogurt. And you're going to have whey, which is the liquid part. And I'll tell you later what you can do with that whey. You're also going to need a cup of plain yogurt with active cultures. So that will be added later. So what you're going to do here is we have our milk in our slow cooker. I'm going to put my lid on, and we're going to cook it low for 2 hours and 45 minutes. After 2 hours and 45 minutes, I'm going to turn it off. Mine will automatically go off, which is great. And then we're going to let it cool down to a certain temperature, 210 to 215, before we add our culture, because you don't want to kill the bacteria that is in the yogurt. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer here on low cook, and I'm going to set my timer on my phone, and we'll come back after 2 hours and 45 minutes and cut it off. So it's been 2 hours and 45 minutes here in the crock pot. This milk, I'm just going to see what the temperature is before I cut it off. It's about 136 Fahrenheit. So I'm going to cut it off, and it says to let it set for 3 hours to cool. And hopefully it'll be between 110 and 115. And then we can add our yogurt that has live cultures in it. Milk is cooled, and it's at 110. I checked it with this thermometer. I even got out my glass candy thermometer, and it's at 110. So what I'm going to do is I have 1 cup of a just plain yogurt. It says billions of live active cultures. It needs to say contains live and active cultures. You want to have that. So what I do is I have 1 cup of that in a bowl. I'm going to take half a cup of the warm milk and add it to that yogurt. Just give me a half, because we want to kind of warm that yogurt up just a little bit. And we're just going to stir that in so that it becomes nice and liquid, like the milk is. And with our temperature, the culture should survive. And then once I've done mixing this and I've got it smooth, I may get a whisk. I think I am. We're going to add it to the milk. Just going to whisk that up. And I'm going to unplug my crock pot because what I'm going to do is grab it. They say the best thing to do is let it sit in a cold oven. Leave it in your crock pot. Wrap a towel or little fleece blanket around it. And it needs to sit and let the bacteria work. And it will thicken up. And you'll have yogurt. So I'm going to let mine go. It said 8 to 12 hours. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But it says it's okay to leave it overnight. Alright, so it's nice and smooth now. And I'm going to mix it. The yogurt mixture back into the crock pot and stir gently. So I'm just going to put it in there and stir gently as I'm just putting it back in there. I'm hoping this is going to work. I know some people don't like Greek yogurt because it's thicker, it's very tangy, but we add stuff to it. What I like to do is take a jar, usually like those little Bonnie Mame glass jars that Bonnie Mame jams come in. I think that's how you say it. And put some blueberries in the bottom or strawberries, blackberries, and put the yogurt, and then drizzle our honey that we have here at our place on top and close it up. And we keep a bag of granola to put that granola on top. And then mix it in. You have a yogurt parfait for breakfast or anytime. It's a good dessert. Trying to lose a little weight. It's a good source of calcium. Get your probiotics there with your... Then you want to always save some of your yogurt, a cup, to use the next time you make yogurt. And you won't have to go buy it. You just keep it going. Kind of like sourdough or friendship bread. You always got to keep some of it. All right. So I'm going to put the lid back on here. I'm going to put it in the oven, grab me a towel or a little fleece blanket, and just put it in my cold oven. I just got to remember, don't turn the oven on. We'll check this out tomorrow. We'll get it in the colander with some cheesecloth and drain off the whey and continue making our homemade yogurt. All right, so it's the next morning, and my yogurt probably sat about 16 to 17 hours. And I have a pot here, and I set a colander, just a metal colander in there, and I lined it with a double layer of cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is a good thing to have in your pantry. It has lots of uses for filtering. Making little sachets of herbs and spices to put in a dish that you don't want them floating around in. So I purchased mine online, and what I did was I cut it and then I opened it up, and I have a double layer here in my colander. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the Greek yogurt. We're going to let it set here refrigerated and let the whey drip out. Now this does have a thickness to it, and we're just going to ladle it in here. Nice and thick. I tasted it a while ago. It has a very mild taste. It's not real strong. The cultures have congealed. Yeah, let's see how much is left in here. Okay, so that's how much is left in there that didn't fit in kind of just a regular size colander. So I'm going to do another small colander, and I'm going to go get this in the refrigerator, and I'm going to let it go all day in the refrigerator, and we'll see what it's like this afternoon. And if we need to let it go longer, I'll let it go longer. Okay, so it's been, about 4 hours that I've let this drain. I pulled the small one out here, and you can see the consistency here. Nice and thick. And in the bowl, we have our liquid whey. So what I'm going to do is I have these cute little jars that have a little beehive and a little bee on them. And I'm going to put my yogurt in here, but I'm going to leave room for some fruit. And of course, I'm going to grab my honey. So if you want to use a canning funnel, that would certainly help keep it neater, but I'm just going to try my best to get this in there. Oh, I need to taste it. Oh yeah, that's really good. It's not too sour. Usually the starter you use, if it's a milder tasting yogurt, like if you don't use a Greek yogurt as your starter, you use just a plain one, your yogurt will usually take on the taste of that you started with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save 1 cup of this and put do not eat on it, so that I will be able to have the cultures the next time I make this. And I will make this again. Now there are recipes where you don't use a slow cooker. You can do it on the stovetop, where, you know, if you have a couple of hours, to where it's not a 2-day process. But I was home, and it just was easy for me to do it this way. You know, that's about probably a little more than what you would get in a jar at the store. And I'll top this with some honey. Drizzle my honey down in there. I'll pop in some blueberries after I get those washed up. On top, you could also put the blueberries on the bottom. You could use blackberries, any kind of cinnamon. My husband's been having this Madagascar cinnamon. It's by Chobani, and so I may try to replicate that. But just pop my lid on, put it in the jar. If you have these Bonnie Mame, if you have this, get this jelly. Save these. You know, save your jars. You reuse them. I ordered some that are this shape by Le Parfait, and I got them from Thrive Market, I think. And they have a cute little lid. So you don't have a 2-piece lid. These have a 1-piece. I got these at World Market. I saw those in there. I gotta have them. Gotta have them. So I hope that you try some making your own yogurt. It's a lot cheaper than having to purchase the little cups of yogurt. I know they're convenient, but if you've got the time to do that prep, it's nothing added. It's just your milk, your yogurt with your cultures in it. You can also order cultures, but just using the yogurt worked just great for me. So I will try this out myself in the morning to see how it is. So I hope you have a good rest of your day. It is spring break for me. I'm enjoying being home and being able to do a few things around the house and get the garden planted. I went to buy plants today. You see my shirt. Yeah, I bought some plants today for the vegetable garden and some herbs. It's that time of year here in the southern part of Texas. So if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, give me a like, and follow Susan's Country Living. Bye, y'all.